All right, welcome back to OSS Podcast. Our side of the story is I don't know how to say that, but anyways, yeah.
Oh.
So today I will be your host. My name is Izzy. Across from me is my boy David,
Yo, yo.
and the other cross from me is Michael. He's a little bit under the weather today, so forgive him, and that's why I'm hosting, and forgive me. And right next to me is my boy David Mendoza.
Hey guys.
So today,
I was
yeah.
gonna make the funny sound, but I couldn't think of anyone fast enough. So here we go. Woody Woody, what's up, dudes?
That's really good. Anyways,
Ooh, I like that one.
so today is gonna be a little bit different. Usually we do we discuss movies, we discuss anything film, but as some of the people that know us know, we are not only interested in movies, we are also interested in video games.
Yeah, man.
So today we have a fun little thing that we kind of came up with. Well, really, I came up with that. I wanted to do a questionnaire with the whole team, and we found some really good questions on a unanimous or anonymous website. So
Anonymous.
anonymous.
I think it's anonymous.
I say unanimous.
Usually I'd never get it right, but I think it's
unanimous
anonymous.
is like a whole agreement together.
Well, we all
Yeah.
agreed to do this, so it is unanimous.
A unanimous,
Hey.
a unanimous decision to do this.
Yes, as
An
you can tell,
anonymous source.
that's not a woman. That's not a woman. That's Michael talking. So,
Oh my God.
How dare you, sir, insult me?
so yeah.
Wait
Okay.
till I'm in my
So
prime.
I guess we could start off by talking about let's start off by talking about what interests us about video games, not just like, oh, I love video games because whatever. But tell me a little bit something about you, David. Like, what makes you love video games?
Well, a lot of times, most people when I was younger, I always used to say I'm a big gamer in general, but I never knew what that really meant because all I ever had was a PlayStation 2. Then I had, when I was even younger, I had the N64. Yeah, I'm that old. And all I did was just kind of play games to play games because they were fun. But then as I got older, I understood there was more to video games than just, just playing fighting games or just adventure games to it. I started learning more about the stories, the actual amount of time and effort that goes into the game. So I think for me, nowadays when it comes to video game, I love when there's a good balance between action and adventure, but also decision making for me is a big must. I love being able to decide what I want to do and what it does to the story to affect it in the way that you play. So games like The Witcher 3 to me are like incredible. But also I guess genre wise, it's not really a big must for me. Like I'm someone that can sit and enjoy something like um Super Smash Brothers and then Pokemon, and then I can go into Until Dawn. But again, all those games kind of go back to like you get to decide how you play, and how you play is just the way it is. So that's just for me
Yeah,
what I like.
yeah, and I think another thing too is like there's this gimmick right now, or there's this gimmick with like older generations, like, oh, that's childish, that's so childish, but video games is like $1 billion industry. So what's really childish? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think once you appreciate it as an art form, which it is, I think you can you'll see it in a different light.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. A lot of people tend to run to video games as the blame for like violence and stuff.
Yeah.
And then majority of the time, it's because you're looking at only 2 or 3 examples of violence, whereas you have an industrial revolution going on with indie games now becoming more topic to
Yeah,
look
they're
at.
becoming more mainstream
Right.
as time
They're
goes on.
they're
Yeah.
becoming more mainstream. You have all these small companies now adapting to bigger companies, and all of a sudden they are pulling out games like left and right. I remember one of the big ones were Santa Monica and
Yeah.
Hello Games. I do not remember who did Firewatch.
Oh, I don't remember the name
Yeah.
either. I forgot the name of the company.
I don't know, but
I
they're
forgot.
owned
But
by Valve.
They're
now.
owned by
Yeah.
Valve,
Which is good.
Again, another great thing about them. So I think we're starting to see much more of a revolution when
yeah.
it comes to
That's the
video
word I was
games.
looking for.
It's not just more about the entertainment anymore. It's more of an art form.
Yep.
And you said it best. It's becoming an art form, and that people just need to understand. Video games are for kids. It's just a way to entertain them. But for the more older, more I guess ideal artists in a way, they're just for us to appreciate.
Right. So yeah, what about you, my boy, David? Sorry.
Well,
or the other
Gonzalez.
David.
I like
Gonzalez.
mainly the art of it.
Yep.
Not just like how the game looks, but just how it works as well. How
Right.
it's all made. And I've grown to really appreciate how much work a lot of these developers put, despite of what the publishers do after. That's a different story. But that's what I like the most about video games, like how they're made.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know something too about like there's a thing again. It goes back to that stigma of people will sit down and watch 10 hours of TV shows and movies, but they'll crap on people who play video games.
Like
Like,
waste
everyone-
their time, spend all
yeah,
that time. playing
exactly,
video
like,
games.
And I think what not understood is that there is so much time and effort being put into creating this piece of media that it's kind of underappreciated in my opinion. But I know Michael, he's not a gamer. He can play. Like we've played Super Smash with him
Excuse me, button mash.
or Button Mash.
I'm a
yes.
straight up button masher.
But he's not really much of a gamer, but he's also one of the type of people that appreciate it for as an art form, and also like story games, like it would be like The Last of Us,
Uncharted.
like
I think yes, yeah, exactly. Because and it was funny because yes, I'm not a gamer, but I did grow up as a child playing certain video games, certain games that resonate with me, games that I can have a fun time with my brother. I mean, just to name a few: Super Mario Brothers, Donkey Kong. I was a big Donkey Kong fan, and I gotta give some love to Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat to me
Heck
was
yeah.
just the coolest, toughest video game at the time when it first came out. Mortal Kombat 3, I want to spotlight, was so dope when I used to play it. And I don't know. I mean, with me, I don't know. I can't really say. It's not that I get bored playing it. It's just I don't know. After a while, I feel like I could be using my time doing something else,
right.
which is so ironic because, and I didn't know when I could plug this in or mention this. Maybe I'll do it right now, where I'm at with video games. Like I still love shooters. I still love racing games. Like we ended up playing like Super Mario Kart. I'm into it.
Mhm.
If we ended, like you said, ended up playing Smash. I can't say I love Smash. I think the only thing I love about it is that you cross over all these iconic characters. I hate the fact like the gameplay is so tedious to me, and that's why I just end up button smashing all the time. Then again, a lot of fighting games are like that. Like even like Tekken. I love Tekken, but like when I had to look up the movesets, I was like, this is too much. Let me just keep pressing X, But it's so funny because right, I'm not a gamer. What I was gonna get to was that what I do like doing on my spare time, and it's so like it's such a trend now. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing in terms of the video game world,
right.
but like I love watching let's play videos. That's what I'm into now.
But the good thing about that, like about like streaming, is that it saves you money. Like it does save you money, but it also allows you to if like it kind of allows you to see, do I want to buy this game? Is it worth it? Like you could really just see someone else.
But I
doing it.
think one of the biggest and no disrespect to any streamers, I think streamers that do a lot of let's play and everything are very entertaining, and they're fun to watch. I used to watch a lot PewDiePie, but now he started doing more of the more memes and the internet stuff, so it's kind of hard not to really watch it as much. But Markiplier is another one who kind of does the same thing. Now he's doing a lot of his projects. But when it comes to streamers, I think one thing about playthroughs and let's plays is that it takes you away from what the game really represents because you're not a part of it.
You're
I-
there more for the personality of the streamer
right,
than you
I'm-
are for the game.
right.
That's
and that's
exactly right.
and that I think is and I'm sorry to cut you guys off. I think what it is that a lot of it has to do again with that entertainment aspect where they're using the game as a vessel to carry their entertainment of themselves, and that's what you're really watching it for. But for you to be able to join, like I have a bunch of one of my big favorite
Streamers.
streamers for Let's Play is his name is the Rad Brad, and
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of his stuff is basically him just playing the game, where you just watch a lot of just what he plays and his decisions he makes. But you see, again, for someone like me, one of my biggest arguments about streamers is that they don't really tend to really go around looking at
Nope.
different
And
stuff.
I was gonna say that about Rad Brad. What's
Right.
good about him is he actually kind of takes it serious.
Yes,
Like he's there. He's kind of funny, but he kind of takes it serious as well.
because
in
he
his own
wants
way.
you to. He doesn't want you to just watch him. He wants you to watch the game for the purpose.
I feel
of it.
like the purpose of doing that too is that for the viewers, he wants the viewers to see what they would go through, how the game would be played,
Right.
what the features would have. Me personally, I actually do not like that. I'm actually more okay, get to the point.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I hate it when like even like when I like watching Markiplier, but even when a Markiplier does some tedious stuff that I'm like, ugh, stop doing that. Like just get to the next level, just get to the next
Yeah.
point. Like I love watching like let's play horror games, you know, let's play some like funny rage inducing games like oh my god, Super Mario Maker was such a hilarious time for me to watch
Yeah.
these players rage quit against those games. But I was gonna say mention before that the other the other I want to say experience you get from watching let's plays is that you actually share the experience what they're going through. Yeah, you don't have the thrill or adrenaline of actually engaging with the playing the game. You're just more like watching it, which I think which explains why people like me who like love to binge watch are
Yeah.
so comfortable watching let's plays because I'm like I feel like I'm watching a movie. I feel like I'm
Right.
watching a series.
Right. And there's also this thing, like it's like when you were a kid, and like if you ever went to somebody's house and you watched them play a video game,
Yeah.
like if you watched your friend play Final Fantasy VII or something like that, like it's kind of the same thing. Now it's just you can do it from the comfort of your own home. You know what I'm saying? Like you can watch somebody else play this game, but when you were a kid, you did the same thing. But I guess it's I don't know. But to go to me, right? Because I'm the most important here, is
Wow.
is that no, I mean I look at video games. It used to be kind of like an escapism in a way. You know what I'm saying? It's a way to have an escapism. But
Absolutely.
as time goes on, and as I kind of grew older, I kind of steered away from like games that were just like fun. I guess I don't know if that makes sense. Like The Last of Us is like one of my favorite games of all time, but it's not the most fun gameplay in the world. Like, but the story is everything.
It's so engaging.
Yeah, I'm a big story person. Like I
Same.
kind of don't play multiplayer games like at all now. I play story driven games mainly because I want the story. Same way I would watch a film. I would watch a film not for like, yeah, I mean sometimes it's fun, but that's why I can't watch a comedy. Comedies to me are very like bland. Like it's like, ugh. It's like kind of like just get it over with, like you said.
Yeah.
But if it's a good story like Prisoners or something, or I don't know, any other movie that the story is phenomenal and it has you captured, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna watch it. So that's kind of like me. Like I don't know, I enjoy it as an art form because it is, you know, whether people want to acknowledge it or not, it is an art form. Um so yeah, that's the how we look at it. It's kind of like a little intro into that. But right now I kind of want to go into these questions because they're kind of fun, I
Yeah.
think. At least I think they are.
I agree.
So I'm gonna start with Michael, or no, you know what? I'm gonna start with David Gonzalez because he doesn't really talk that much. So, what is your favorite game of all time?
That's actually pretty hard.
It's a hard question. That's why I picked that one first, and it's the
Mhm.
first question on the list. So,
Because I guess I would have my favorite game on PC and console.
oh yeah, I want to just say
So-
that I'm Team Sony,
Yeah, we're Team Sony.
Team
sadly.
PlayStation.
I'm
Me and
not.
David.
This
This guy's the PC.
on the PC Master Race.
So,
just like Henry
and-
Cavill, you know,
and
just saying.
Oh,
Nintendo over there too sometimes.
yeah. And Nintendo as well.
What I
Yeah.
will say, I think just for the basis to help us go a little quickly through these questions, so we're not fighting over like consoles and stuff. I guess always think of if you had to just basically only take one game for anything,
Yeah. Yep.
kind of
Okay.
idea. So like
Then I
all
have
time,
one.
basically, it's like the first game you would pick up and say, I could play this any day, any given week.
Yep.
Like, you know,
Unreal Tournament. It's a
Yeah.
I don't
arena
know.
shooter that came out in 1999.
That's awesome.
Probably the best shooter I've ever played still to this day.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's true.
All right. So, what about you, Dave?
Oh man, I can argue this from head to toe, knees, shoulders, and all that. Kingdom Hearts.
Wow.
Um,
Of course.
Jesus.
Kingdom Hearts. There's no question about it. I started that game when it first came out on PlayStation 2. It was actually one of the first games I ever got when I first got my PlayStation 2. I would play that game so many times. And then even to this day, I still have all the collections of the games. I still play them. It's just the kid in me that loves it.
All right.
So yeah.
Michael, what about you? Like, what's your favorite game that you saw that you were like, if I was a gamer, this would be my favorite game of all time.
I feel like that's such an unfair question only
It
because
is, but you're here, so we're gonna ask it anyways.
no, I know. I mean, this is the best way I can because like I feel like I would need to faithfully answer that question. I would need to choose a game that I've actually played and I actually love playing. So I'm just gonna come out and say it. I guess I'm gonna say Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no. I
like
mean, that's
very
fair.
old,
That's
very
fair.
yeah. Because to me, like I love the character. I mean, I was that game was the one that as a child got me more glued to playing the Nintendo 64. I love the gameplay. I love the levels. The levels were not as challenging, but
Mhm.
more progression. You know, obviously the puzzles were there. It wasn't because to me, I was a very I was a very simple boy.
Yeah.
So it was good that I didn't have to stick around getting frustrated solving puzzles too much.
So
Yeah.
to clarify, because I know Donkey Kong is so vastly, it's not the Super
DK64.
Nintendo one. He's talking about
64.
yeah,
the
Donkey Kong
64.
64.
That's a really good one. Mine kind of changed. Okay, my original pick was
Soul of King.
A Link to the Past.
Oh, I'm not his friend.
That used to be
anymore.
my favorite. That used to be my favorite like game because I could play that anytime. I'll play it over and over and over. But then in recent years it changed to the new God of War.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
The new God of War, man. That from head to toe, that game is almost perfect.
It looks so dope. I've seen Let's Plays of that game.
Yeah.
It looks
So
really
I'm
crazy.
guessing. I mean, because
What did you think it was? What did you think?
I thought it was Soul of Kane. Because I know you used to talk about
Okay,
that game,
no,
like
that game, the story is good. The gameplay is trash.
okay.
The gameplay is so trash.
Yeah.
But you know, it was a really good.
No, but yeah,
story.
no, I know you.
You
Even
mean
when
Soul
the first
Reaver, not Soul of Kane.
was it Soul,
Soul
Reaver?
Reaver.
Soul
yeah.
Reaver.
Okay,
Legacy of Kane.
was
That's
it Legacy of
Legacy
Kane?
of
Was the
Kane.
one. Sorry.
David
No,
with
it's only
names
because I
that
know
are good
Izzy.
combo.
I've known Izzy for so long, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know that the God of War series was something he always never stopped.
Yeah,
talking
I feel
about,
like it
so.
was very underappreciated. Like
Yeah.
before the recent God of War came out, like people were like, oh, I didn't care about Kratos as a character. Well, that's because you probably didn't play it from the first one, which like I did.
Yeah.
And I just appreciate it. But yeah, in recent years, it definitely changed to God of War. I know there's a big gap there from Link to the Past to God of War, but that's so far that's my favorite one. It's very hard to have like to top that. I'm a big fan of The Last of Us. Like that could probably be like my number 2 right now, but it's definitely God of War.
Mhm.
So moving on, what other question do you think you would like? What question
You know what?
piques your
Let me
interest, David?
let
Go ahead.
me choose one here.
What piques your interest?
Okay,
yeah, go ahead.
okay, I think-
Go ahead.
Okay, I think I just picked one that you probably picked, which
ahead.
is surprising enough.
Go ahead.
What's a game you didn't expect to enjoy but ended up liking? Yo, I'm Izzy's best
That's
friend.
crazy.
Yes,
That's my best friend.
I was his best man. I mean, come on, I know this
Yeah,
guy too
man.
well.
Shout out.
Yeah.
To
So okay, so you know what, Izzy,
you. Yes.
my question to you is, what's a game you didn't expect to enjoy but ended up liking?
A game that I didn't expect to enjoy. Okay. Wow, that's a tough one. That is a really, really tough one. Breath of the Wild.
Oh,
Breath of the Wild was one game that I saw gameplay. I was like, man, that looks kind of boring because you're just walking around. It looks like it's like a bare land. But then I bought my Switch like way after you guys got. Oh no, I bought it before David got it,
Mhm.
and then Gonzalez was one of the first ones that got it, and I got it way after him, and then he lent it to me, and I played it, and I was like, this game is actually pretty awesome. Like I didn't want to put it down. And the good thing with the Switch being portable is that you can
You
bring it
don't
anywhere.
have to.
You don't have to put it down. I mean, unless it dies. But yeah, that's definitely a game that I did not expect to like because it was so different from Link's Awakening, A Link to
Yeah.
the Past. It was,
Hmm.
and believe it or not, maybe I'll leave this for another question. Never mind. Go ahead.
For me, it actually might be Pokemon.
The new one.
No, like
Oh.
the
original,
the
like,
games
yeah.
as a whole.
Okay.
I
Okay.
because my first one was Emerald, so I didn't think I was gonna like the games because it seemed very grindy in a way.
Mhm.
But turns out when you're like an MMO player, grinding is all you do, so you get used to it. And I like the mechanics and everything. Nowadays, not as much as before, but yeah.
So interesting enough, this was actually one game that Izzy got me on, and I never told him that I didn't really was like for it. It was Persona 5.
Ooh,
Cause
I love that
I
game.
know the Persona series. I've heard about it for so long. Even another friend of mine used to play it a lot, and so I would see him play it sometimes. And I just never really got it. I know it was a decision based kind of thing, and sometimes when I looked into it, I was like, okay, that looks pretty good. Like I don't really care, but I actually really enjoyed it. The story was really well done, and I like the fact that a lot of the games were not really all chronological. They were like different stories. So Persona 5 to me was like
Oh my
really
god,
well.
that game
It
is.
was
You
really
never,
well.
David Gonzalez. You never played that, right?
It doesn't catch my
That doesn't.
attention.
Yeah, because you're not really into JRPGs like that.
Not that much.
Yeah. So like anybody that doesn't know, JRPG is a Japanese role playing game, and
Right.
this is to me
I love watching those.
right. They're
Yeah.
so good,
And
and
stories are pretty good.
they're good. Like right now, I'm playing Dragon Quest 11. Like I'm still going back to that game because I had played Pokemon for a little bit, but I'm playing Dragon Quest 11, and that's obviously a JRPG, and it's nowhere near as good as Persona 5, but it's really good. But I'm gonna keep it real here. Like in years, I think the first JRPG I've ever played was what's that game?
Which one?
Jade's something.
Oh, Beyond Good and Evil.
No, not
Jade?
that one. That's
Oh.
a good one though
Oh.
too. I forgot. It's this old JRPG.
Jade?
It wasn't that good. Jade something. But then the first JRPG I played in like 15 years was Persona 5. So that's like the gold standard now. And then I go to play anything else and it's not as good. But yeah. What about you, Mike? Is it Donkey Kong?
I
Is it
can't-
Donkey
I
Kong
can't-
64?
Look, I can't. I'm telling you, I can't answer this question. 'cause I have
yeah.
So then,
nothing.
how
We're
about-
gonna
so,
ask you
you know what?
anyways, but
How
There's
about
some
this?
questions
Let me
here
let me
that
try
could
to
be
let me
fun.
change this up. How about this? Ready?
Yeah.
What's a game you've probably heard about and didn't think it was really good from what you heard, and then you actually watched like a let's play
yeah.
and you actually liked it? Does that help?
That's actually a good question because that's a good way for him to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just gonna
Relate.
have to kind of push it like that.
Uh,
If not, it's fine. I mean, again, you're not a gamer, so we can't blame you for
I guess Detroit.
that. Detroit being human?
Yeah.
Oh, that is really
because
interesting.
nowadays,
That's actually really good. I never like got into it, but I heard it's really good.
yeah, because like it's one of those games where it's essentially a point and click
Yeah.
game, and to be honest, I feel like that's its own genre, and
Yeah, I mean,
there's not
you-
much you can get. It's more the only thing you're getting out of it is the story, as well as choose your own adventure kind of deal with those kind of games. Because games like that, or even Telltale games, it's like you're
Yeah.
the one making decisions.
You were into The Wolf Among Us.
Bro, I
You
love
love
The
that.
Wolf Among Us.
Yeah, so like
I was about to mention that too. I'm like, that was a game.
yeah,
I
like
liked.
you love that one. So that's kind of your style a little bit, like the
Yeah, I
decision
like the
making as
lore.
well.
I like the lore of it. I like the story of it.
Yeah.
I like the mystery behind it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm a fantasy kind of guy. So the fact that you made these, well, I understand it's based on a graphic novel.
I have no idea to be
I
honest.
think it is. It's based on a series of novels.
Oh, okay.
It's a graphic novel.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. So and the fact that this artist slash the author behind it who created the story, I think it's just brilliant that you use classic grim fairy tales and more
Yeah, I mean,
as their characters. So, and I love that the main character is the big bad wolf who
Big B Wolf.
like, you know, to make a character that we can connect with who is essentially a redeemable character, somebody that was a villain in the stories,
right.
someone we're actually following as the hero. So I thought that was kind of dope.
So David showed me another question. I kind of like it, so I'm gonna ask it. What is a game that is pretty much known for being bad, but is your guilty pleasure? I'm gonna ask you, Gonzalez, because you've played a lot of games. I don't know if you played
Thinking.
bad ones, but I can try to give you my answer. I can give you my answer. I think that I've played. Oh man, jeez, wow, this is kind of hard.
It is.
That's actually a tough question. Let's come back to that one. Let's come back because
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it now. It's a good question, but it's a hard question.
There's a question I was just
Okay.
telling my brother.
Yeah, go
ask
ahead,
it,
Michael.
David.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, he was just
No, you know
kinda-
what? Let me ask it because
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to. Well, I could answer this one, but I'll
Go ahead,
be
bro.
able to
Go
answer
ahead.
it. I thought this is kind of fun. If you had to
Do
live
it.
in the world of the last game you played, what
Oh my-
world would it be?
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Warframe.
You play Warframe?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's actually a really good game.
I played it since it came out in 2012.
Wait, but you played it recently, like,
Yeah, I played it last night. It was like
dude,
4 a.m.
Jesus.
because I couldn't sleep, so I just
It's
decided to
4
play
a.m.
more.
That's a
Wow.
thing we
That's
still
a
do.
lot. The only thing with that game is that it's so much to learn that it's like you have to like take.
I picked it up for like 2 minutes and then I put
It's
it right
a
back
lot.
It's a lot, but once you get it, I
The
think
new
it's like,
the new player experience is not great. They're changing it, but it's one of those games.
yeah. For me, oh no, that's not. It's not Pokemon. It's Dragon Quest, which is kind of sucky because that world is weird. Like
on. Right.
it's like monsters everywhere, and you're like everyone's like dying.
What
So.
about you, Michael?
What was that world?
Donkey Kong 64.
Word,
I wanna be a
yo,
monkey.
I'm DK's cousin. But nah, like
That rap.
I was really trying to figure this question out. I mean, because like all the games that I love playing, all the world is so dangerous, and like knowing my survival skills, I would definitely be the first to become a victim or
hmm
a death scene. So I guess the only safest bet I can say
Oh, I
before I,
got a-
lose my
Got a
mind
good one.
is, you know what? No, I'll say it. In my world, I'm powerful. Soul Calibur.
Oh, that's really good.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's
that makes
actually
sense.
pretty
Yeah,
cool.
because
That's
I would
actually
be
really
a
good.
fighter. I don't know, whether I would have like
You beat
like martial
Nightmare?
arts skills. Yo, I love Nightmare, man. That's my dude.
Yeah, that's my favorite character in that franchise.
Okay.
Raphael.
Did you answer? You said
He did
Pokemon.
yeah,
Okay.
Pokemon. That's not
Okay.
even a question.
I have another one.
Another
Who is
one.
your favorite villain from a video game and why?
Ooh, yes.
Michael, give me yours because I know you have one.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but his name begins with the letter M. I think from Far Cry. Was it 4 or
Oh.
3?
That's three.
Three, right?
The Spanish one?
Yeah.
Spanish guy.
He's
Yeah,
really awesome.
that
He
dude's
is
a nut
amazing.
job.
Fact
He's really
checking.
awesome.
Yeah, fact checked. Was it Val something?
I forgot his name. I
I'm
can't
botching
remember.
it.
I cannot remember his name at all.
Yeah, he was really good. They even made like short mini live action clips
Yeah, just
with
to
the
tease
with the actor dressing as the character
Yeah.
and all that.
that dude's so.
Oh,
unpre-
that's the one where he had the guy under the sand.
Yeah.
yeah, that was.
it was
hilarious.
McLovin, yo.
Yeah, McLovin. Oh my
Yeah.
god, Jesus.
It was. I that dude just freaking terrified
Okay, the
me.
actor's name is Michael Mando,
Mando, yeah.
and his character was Voss.
Voss. I knew it was V.
Montenegro. was
Montenegro.
his name.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
Voss.
he's really good.
He's such a slimy dirtbag.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, for him to go up against the main hero, who, correct me if I'm wrong, he wasn't like a military guy. He was just a
No,
normal guy,
they
right?
were-
who got caught. in
No,
the
they
wrong
were.
place
It,
at the
was a group of people.
Group
That
of people, right?
They get
kidnapped or something.
they go to an island for like I think
Right.
a vacation or something like that, and then they get kidnapped.
That dude is so dangerous. He's so deadly, and like all he cares about is himself.
Mm.
And like he doesn't even have like regard for like his fellow man at all. So that dude's like a straight up psychopath. Literally, I feel like he would be like Carnage if he was in the
Got it.
Marvel world. So that to me is like a scary guy.
What about you, my boy?
For
I'm talking to
me,
Gonzalez, by the way.
it would be.
I'm saying it like I'm talking to him, but
Yeah.
I have to acknowledge that we're
Viewers
talking
don't
on.
know who he's
Yeah, yeah, we're talking.
It would
to him
be Handsome Jack from the
Yeah.
Borderlands series.
He's awesome, too.
Because it's funny because they used Handsome Jack as inspiration for Voss. So
no way.
without Handsome Jack, you wouldn't have him. And Handsome Jack has been such a key part of the Borderlands series because it's still, even though the character, spoilers, he dies, you kill him. The way he taunts you throughout the whole game in Borderlands 2 is like, oh my god, I can't wait to get rid of this dude. But he's not also like a jerk, but he's like a funny.
Yeah, he's
jerk.
hilarious. Yeah, he has good quips.
And the voice actor also nailed it. So
Mm,
that would be him.
yeah. What about you, Dave?
So I know it looks weird that I'm looking through a list right now.
Okay,
just
so while you're
different-
doing that, I'm gonna give you mine.
yeah,
Mine is, I don't know if you guys played this, but Father Comstock from BioShock Infinite. So I'm gonna tell you why that's my favorite, and this is it's kind of a brain twister, I guess. You find out at the end that the villain is actually you from another universe. So you're playing as this character that he supposedly has the mark of the beast. And you think he's just this innocent guy, you don't know what's going on. And you meet this girl, Elizabeth, that she's helping you throughout the entire game. Well, not the entire, but like from like the second quarter on. Well, no, not second quarter. Yes, maybe second quarter on. And she's helping you, and then this guy, they're trying to stop this guy, Father Comstock. He's like this evil dude who thinks he's like the shepherd that Jesus sent as the prophet. He's like this big thing. And there's like these multiverses. It's like what Marvel's trying to turn into pretty much. What happened was that in another universe, you became Father Comstock. It's like this big thing that I'm not going to explain it here, but you became Father Comstock, and you acknowledged that universe that you were in, or the universe that you were playing in, you became as the demon or something. Like you came as like the devil or something. So you had the curse mark on your hand, and that's how they were going to know who you were. But you find out Father Comstock, through obsession and through power, he turned into this weird person. And the girl Elizabeth, who, like I said, she plays with you, is trying to stop you. So you kill your Father Comstock, but then she kills you also.
Because you're
Because you are
eventually gonna
him.
become him.
Because you killed him, you become him.
It's just an endless loop.
Yeah, and that there's many like all these theories that go on, because the game is really, it kind of feels incomplete, but in a good way. So yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite villains, because you're playing as the villain. So I think that's so good.
So I figured one out. I can't believe I didn't know like to guess myself in this one. It's actually Commander Shepard from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, he was awesome.
He
He was
Yeah,
he was the one that betrayed you at the end.
right, he was the one guy who betrayed the entire team, and actually nobody saw it coming, believe it or not. Because there was another villain, Makarov, which was the big talk about the airport scene. So you didn't think there was actually somebody in the background that actually started this all, and it was Shepard. And so I guess it's because for me, I was a big Ghost fan in that game, so I just loved the team and everything. And I just
Yeah.
remember just seeing him as a villain, and even to the all the way to the end where he was just basically in control of everything, was just like, I hate this guy so bad.
Yeah,
So
he
bad.
he was a jerk, especially at that last,
Oh yeah.
when he betrays you. But when you kill him, it's so
Oh,
satisfying.
it's so satisfying.
In the game, not in real life.
No, of course not.
I'm gonna do one more, and then we're gonna wrap up, because I think this is a good question. What is the best weapon that you've played with in a video game?
Oh, that's easy
Oh
for me.
wow.
What's yours? Tell me yours.
The BFG and Doom.
The BFG and Doom.
Yeah, that's a really
That
good
makes
one.
sense.
Nothing beats that. It's,
No.
You just destroy everything one shot.
Yeah. That's definitely.
I
one of
would
the
say
best.
what BFG stands for, but we're
Yeah.
PG.
We're PG.
I think you can
You
kind of
guess
get it.
what, and if you're a Doom player, you know exactly.
So what's yours, David?
So I know you guys will probably run to, oh, it's gonna be Keyblade because
I was honestly thinking that.
it's it's crazy. It's not.
What is
It has to go to the first video game character I ever loved since like I was a kid, and that has to be Cloud's Buster Blade.
Oh well, yeah. Cloud was
That sword is just
OP.
That
It's just-
annoying character in
Yeah,
Smash.
OP.
but it's that sword is just so deadly. There's just so much you can do with it, and then the abilities. Let me correct myself. I know it's technically it's not Cloud's, it's Zack's sword, but it's Cloud's like version of the sword as he eventually gets his own that can break apart into pieces, and then you could use it in so much more ways than it is.
Yeah. So I'm gonna cheat. I have two.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean,
Is
then
it Devil
I-
May Cry?
No,
Then in that
actually, that's
case-
actually not a good answer.
Wow.
So I think
He's like,
no, mine is weird. So I don't know if you guys ever played Dying Light.
I
You ever
have.
Is
played-
that
Okay.
zombie game?
I
Yeah.
know about
Yeah.
it.
Actual good zombie game.
Yes. So there's a sword that's kind of hidden,
No.
but it takes a while to get there. It's Excalibur. So when you get Excalibur, you're pretty much like almost unstoppable. Like you kill everything, and you find it on a rock, but there you can only get it by getting I forgot how you get it. It's been years since I played it. But once you get that weapon, it's ridiculous. But the weapon, and this comes from a mechanic of the video game standpoint that I really loved, was the axe in God of War. Because the way it
Oh,
feels
interesting.
when you throw it and the way it feels when it returns, it's like ridiculous. And
I know what the next one's gonna be. Then
you would think that it was gonna be the Blades of Chaos, but it's not it.
The dual, the dual sword.
Yeah.
No, I know. I think I know what the next weapon is. He's talking about.
No, he already said.
I already
two.
said it, bro.
You said
What he said?
I said Excalibur from
Excalibur.
from Dying
From
Light,
Dying Light.
Huh?
and then I also said
the axe from God of War.
Axe from God of
Oh,
War.
I
What did you
thought-
think I was gonna say?
I thought you were gonna say Bloodborne, that cleaver. the
Bloodborne
cleaver
is
sword.
pretty awesome, but that's actually a really good game. But
It's
no,
okay.
It
That's
has
such a
like a bunch of
practical
weapons that I'm
weapon.
like, it's better than Dark Souls, I think. But yeah,
It's okay.
Hate
so
that
yeah,
game.
you don't, I know, because you can never beat it.
We don't have to talk about that.
What about you, Mike? What's something that you saw that you were like, that's pretty awesome? It doesn't have to really be your favorite, but something that you really looked at, you were like,
It's
that's
Diddy
pretty
Kong's
awesome.
Peanut Shooter.
I'll be, you know what? I'll be a jerk and say Bayonetta.
Oh,
Nice.
What?
That's pretty
what
awesome.
weapon though?
Her two guns. I don't
Yeah,
know.
she
two-
has them on.
Oh, she's
on
ridiculous.
on her.
OP as
her
hell.
foot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Really?
pretty cool.
she's too OP. Yeah,
Oh.
that's just makes her so
Even in
cool.
Smash, she was OP.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised he doesn't say the Soul Calibur sword, the Soul's
then
Edge,
the-
But then-
Soul-
Soul's Edge.
You know
is
what
that
it is?
Nightmares?
Yeah.
His Nightmare's weapon. Here's the thing about Nightmare. Nightmare's design is cool. His power is dope. His sword is like this place where nightmares are from. Hence the name. I wouldn't want to wield a sword with a big eyeball look staring at me. and
All
telling me-
Cthulhu stuff.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I wouldn't mess with that.
Okay,
It was cool. It was cool
Rapid
playing.
fire. Come first thing that comes to your head. Favorite anime character. Go. Say it. say it,
Spike
say it.
Spiegel.
Okay, favorite.
Goku.
Favorite.
Saitama.
Okay, good. Mine is Naruto. All right, so yeah, that was pretty much it.
I'm mad he didn't even ask like a show. Like
No, because
That's
character.
just too much.
Because
Character.
show
Yeah.
show is like too.
it's too hard to explain.
It's too much. So
That's a whole rabbit hole.
yeah, it's a big thing. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's pretty much it, everybody. I guess we could plug in our little Instagram, OSS Podcast. Follow us, and on Facebook you can also follow us at our side of the story.
Mm-hmm.
And please don't forget to subscribe and
And
share.
Just share it.
You know,
Even if you
some-
don't like it,
show
just share
some
it.
love. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Support us.
like,
We
be,
love you.
Be
guys.
cool. Like
We will support
you don't want to
you.
suck, do you?
Be
That's true.
saved
Yes.
and support us.
So yeah, pretty much it from our side to yours. That is a wrap.
Stay blessed, America.
Stay blessed, America.
He couldn't remember that last part.
Yeah, I
That's
was
all.
trying to figure it out, but
I appreciate that.
All right, guys. We'll see you.